I have to say, tonight we're going to start off a little bit differently. We're going to have a little chitty chat. Myself, the side chat. I've got a few members from my community that are going to come on for the first half an hour. And we're just going to kind of digest everything over the last couple of days. Then we've got a few guests this evening, of course, continuing on with the saga. I'm pretty sure we've got Angel and Amy coming on, possibly Josh and Shrek and Fiona. Now, there's a couple of people. Now, you guys all know that I'm a noob to all this, right? But there was a girl that I seen. What the hell was her name? I DM'd her today. Laura Hertz Brotherton. Holy shit! Like her. I've just never seen anything like it. I mean, she was beaten to a pulp, it looked like. And her exit video was just unreal. So I'd quite like to have a little chat with her. There's a lot of stuff going on in the... What's the word I'm looking for? When you do countermeasures. There's a lot of bullshit being spewed out by other pro-Russ groups, I have to say, as well. But while we're waiting, we've got the lovely Creep Child and the lovely Morgan from the wonderful Surviving Life team, not just the community, but the team. And yeah, just thought I'd get a few people on to sort of react to everything that's gone down, because this whole thing was really just... It's snowballed this week. It's completely snowballed. Oh shit, I forgot about Josh. Hang on a second. It's totally snowballed this week, and you know, we've invested a lot of time and a lot of effort into the streams, and I think it's all worked out well. I think with having Lindsay on last night, we've completely, sealed ourselves as a credible platform for people. So how do you guys feel it's all gone? Oh, and we've lost. We'll start off with you, man. We'll start off with you, Creep. So you tell us how you kind of feel the series is going, how you feel, how we're good. Propaganda. Someone just said it in the side chat. Propaganda. I seen it. Yes, that was the word. Whoever said that, that was the word I was going for. Propaganda. Thank you.
I'm not being able to follow all of that. Actually, is there a way I can see all those live comments? Oh my God, there is. Sorry, I'm like so new to this. So like, yes, anyway, this has all turned out quite interesting for me. So like, I'm a big horror fan. And I wanted to actually do this haunt for the longest time because I thought it was the coolest thing. Just the experience of like putting yourself into that, I thought was cool. And then when I started hearing all these allegations coming out, I started doing all this like back research and like spent all my nighttime hours basically delving in. And the case really started to open up. And I actually started off by watching, Wolf's videos and Dan Trula's videos. And they were, starting to get the real tea, I guess I would say.
You had a little bit of back knowledge on the characters, so to say, in this whole plot line.
Sorry, what was that?
I'm saying you sort of had a little bit of back knowledge then with the characters that are sort of in this plot line.
Absolutely.
I just want to say as well, Twinkie the Llama is an adult. She is a grown up. She has children. I know she looks about 14 years old, but it's not the case. Okay, I just want to point that out. She's a grown up.
But yeah, so then I was watching the videos and I started making comments because I was seeing that people weren't really, focusing on what I feel is the main thing, which is just making sure that nobody else gets hurt in the future, that everyone is safe, and we can just find a safe way to, control this craziness. And I'm just so glad that everyone's come together on this platform to kind of just give everything out straight. Last night's streams were revolutionary for me in a sense, speaking and listening to Lindsay. She is such a strong woman. She puts such a humanistic perspective on this whole thing. And I think just over time, speaking with everyone slowly but surely, we're starting to put all the pieces together. And I'm just like so proud of everyone for being so brave and coming out with their stories so that we can get the truth. Because in the end, all that matters is that everyone's safe and that the truth is out there. So
I tell you something, if nothing else, we're going to be able to take Holly's parts from this, Carol's parts, Lindsay's parts, and if nothing else, mash everything together as a prime example of recovery and how people can move forward from this sort of stuff. And I think the revelations about the the severity of Russ's, but possible mental health, and the way his daughter spoke about him. I mean, we're not going to pick apart anything of anyone else's stories on this channel. I have decided what I'm doing with all this information. This is going to be a new format for the channel on how we investigate things. We're going to once we resolve the McKinney Manor, and once we've all feel like we've had our say and we've all sort of done our bit, I'm going to put together a couple of really good videos that will be the only videos on YouTube where we can have McKinney Manor, the truth. We'll have done the research. I'm going to get Josh and a couple of other guys. They're going to help me with timelines and making sure all the people are in the right place. We'll get proper interviews done. And that's how I think we're going to do things. We're going to find topics, put a little video out there to see if we can pull any of the people that are in the story in, put it to the community, and just come together with these live streams. So this is the start of an entirely new format on the channel. I really enjoyed how this has all sort of come together so naturally. It's a massive thing for me when, for example, when Holly came forward, and you seen how nervous she was on the first night. And I'm a complete stranger to Holly. I'm not a fan. I'm not someone who she's seen on Facebook groups. I'm just some bearded guy who made a video asking her to contact me. She didn't have any social media at the time. She reached out to me, and this is a massive thing when somebody, and I ask someone to reach out, they reach out, and then my aftercare team does what they do. They go in and they make them feel comfortable and they look after them. And I know I sound a bit like Dr. Phil and shit, but I've never been so proud of any community I've ever had in my life as I am proud of this community. These are all volunteers coming forward for the good of other people, giving up their time, staying up late, to make sure that the people they don't know are cared for because of the stuff that they've not only been through themselves, but what the individual they're caring for has been through. It takes a really special kind of person to do that. And all of you have done it so well and made me so proud. Thanks. And I just wanted to make that a public thing. I just want to reiterate again, Twinkie is not a child. She isn't. Okay, as much as she'll tell you she's not, she'll tell you. So Twinkie, you are our Discord boss, our killer llama. How have you felt about this series? How's it been admin in this whole thing? How's the Discord been? How have you sort of reacted to the whole series?
It's a lot more interesting and complex than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
There's so many, what they said, there's so many onion layers, but it's fascinating just to go from one idea that he's this person to like just way more complicated. So
yeah, and when it's not even, I keep making the joke that this is the best Netflix series that I've ever seen in my life, right? Because this is so ongoing. This is so massive. This is a decade worth of influence this guy's had, a decade worth of trauma and bodies at the wayside that have been left for whatever reason, mental health, sadism, cultist tendencies, whatever. I'm not worrying about the whys and the ifs. I'm just looking at the facts. And see, speaking to Lindsay last night was incredible. It was incredible.
She's a
and I even got an email from Lindsay's mum this morning, thanking the team and thanking us of how the whole situation was handled. And that to me is that makes everything worthwhile for me when I know that we are doing the right thing. Because as much as it sounds weird, like, I'm very new to all this reporting stuff. I don't know really. I'm still learning boundaries. I've always said, like, I couldn't give two shits about the laws when it comes to kids. Like, if there's something to do with kids abuse, I'm not following the fucking law if you're banging kids. That's always been my fucking thing with this, right? So if you're a child predator, you can fuck off if you don't think I'm going the low road to catch your asses, you fuckers.
Agreed.
But when it comes to I just want to say thank you to the first super chat that just came in there. I emailed a link to Russ, Navy Pass. Did you see it? You emailed, possibly not. Today's been an absolute nightmare. So the lovely Morgs down in the corner there, she's going to be taking over as one of my main assistants for the emails and things like that, because she's of sound mind to be able to handle my emails, because
for now, popping off right now. So
for now.
It sounds like a fun job. Oh yeah, let's take over the YouTubers' emails, and then you're like, oh wow, I've seen like
YouTubers' emails.
I hear the emails is what breaks people. So
yeah, it's like, oh look, there's four dead babies. Wow,
lined up. Yeah. Oh.
Just a regular Saturday afternoon.
Way. Like I was trying to explain to everybody yesterday, like the morning we woke up to do the second stream, me and some of the team members were dealing with a potential child suicide grooming community where they bring in mentally disabled, mentally troubled young children, and they encourage them to commit suicide on webcams. And as members were coming into this community, this 14-year-old boy is cutting the names of the people with a razor blade into his arms. So we've got all of our projects that were like, obviously Ross McKinney doesn't come before fucking child predators. It just doesn't happen like that. So everything's still been going on in the background, and all the time that I would be putting into videos and stuff like that have been going into the streams. But the team are still doing their shit. So I just want everyone that says, "Oh, thank you, Ron. You know, you're doing such a great job." All of that stuff. That you're missing the point here. Thank Surviving Life. Thank SLYT, the Surviving Life YouTube team. Thank them, because I'm part of all that, and I'm literally nothing without them. So, you know, it would just be like Omegle videos and like the odd deep web video and shit, but. You know, we all came together, and it's taken a long time to form this team. There was a lot of ups and downs with previous teams, and they are a unicorn. So yeah, to show them a lot of love.
A llamacorn, if you will.
A llamacorn. Yeah, we're a big happy family over there. It's been
so I'm just gonna drag in old Joshington. I don't know if he's ready or not, but we'll just stick him in there as well. Ron, you should be proud of the fact that you've built a community of supporters and protect the creative path and the victim recovery. Absolutely. And I just want to make sure that everyone out there who may think, oh, a community of survivors, don't mistake kindness for weakness. Right? Many fucking have, and it's horrible. I have no control over the cybersecurity side of this community. They are lurking on the deep web, highly wanted by various government officials. They don't dick around, and yeah, they're a fun bunch of people. So test us if you want, but it's out of my hands. So, but Morg,
we know how to use them.
Ooh, very true.
Morgs, let us know how you feel. I'm going to make a big because everyone's super small right now. Hello. So this isn't how Ron. This is how Ron tactfully looks now. So, tell us how you felt about the whole thing. I know you were quite overwhelmed about last night, and you know you felt like we'd really sort of taken steps forward as a community and a channel and everything like that. So, you know, just sort of elaborate a bit on that. Let us know how you felt last night.
Yeah, I was pretty emotional at the end of the night last night because the team has been doing a lot of work on this case from jump. We just ran into it, and it's just amazing how many people we've been able to contact and get on, and the different people that we've been able to get to come together. It's huge that Lindsay came to us and wanted to talk. It's just the fact that she was feeling strong enough to, you know, address everyone. It's the first time she ever did, so that's a big deal. And, you know, we all tried really hard to make sure that everybody was as respectful as possible, because obviously her opinions are not exactly the same as a mass of the people that are following the channel right now. But, you know, we all have to remember that's her dad, and it's different. And there are people out there that are Russ supporters, and I'd be interested to see what they have to say too. I think that everyone's voice should be heard. I think everyone's opinion should be heard so that we can find the truth of what everything is, because one person's point of view is only part of the story. There's a much bigger picture here.
Yeah. And
so,
you know, I don't even think, do you know what it's like? It's like, you know when you see those like comedy jigsaw puzzles, and it's like 15,000 pieces, but it's like a picture of a plate of baked beans, and there's no way you're going to solve it.
Right.
That's how I feel we're at. And I think we're about 8 pieces in. That's what I feel, because I feel like we're getting everyone's hypercharged emotional version of the story, certainly from the people that have experienced the manor. There's been a lot of high emotions, a lot of rightfully so emotion.
And rightfully so. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I think that's
but there's still so much more. And I've been trying to encourage people. And if you're watching this, I am trying to encourage you people that are supporters, ex-actors, anybody that we have not spoken to yet, even if your opinion is not the same that you've been hearing so far, come to us. We want to hear your story. We want to hear you respectfully. You can't get on here and start bashing everybody and talking about how so-and-so is a liar and blah, blah, blah. Keep that to yourself. But we need everything we can get. So we're not going to sit here and tell you you're stupid and a liar and, just we need everything we can get. That's the point of having the truth, is everything.
Here, 1 second.
And rant.
No, like I think the truth aspect of it is like the biggest part. Like for me personally, my story is very small compared to somebody like Holly's or Dan's or anybody else really. So but the truth for me is the only reason I even do this shit, not because I was beaten in a van, not because I went and wasted 8 hours, 36 hours of my life in somebody's backyard. It's because as small as my story is, it still fucks me up. So and I'm seeing so many other people who I can't even imagine how fucked up they are. And we're all together from some weird Facebook weird shit that we just all stumbled across. It's crazy. It's just absolutely crazy how it all fits together in just one fucked up puzzle.
Yeah, trauma is trauma. So.
I think the biggest thing is like it's a lot of new people. Like thanks to you guys at Surviving Life and him doing the lives and all this stuff. I mean, we've gained a lot of people and that are really trying to know what's going on, but they're new and they don't know anything. So it's like these bandwagons are forming, and it's just like sometimes it's really fucking hard to watch. And like a lot of these people are really getting hurt all over again because there's like slander and there's they're a liar, they're not shit, they're on crack, they're drunk. It's just it's disgusting, but I don't know. I don't know.
Sorry, I'm just talking to Carol. Just now, in case she's wondering what the hell I'm typing.
There's all kinds of hurt all across the board, like of every possible type of, emotional, physical, mental. There's been abuse. There's been, and as you said, even in the community with all of the mudslinging and fist throwing, there's been some insane things. I'm on some of those message boards too, and I've seen it myself, how crazy people get.
It's so like hurting to see, because in the end we're all just trying to fight the same battle, and like we kind of should put those things aside for now and just realize we're all here to give that truth, because that was one of
I don't think everybody is. I think we should be, but not everybody is.
No.
Some people are here just for making loud noises, especially whenever you have a big something like this, people just get involved just to make loud noises, just because they're like, if I hang out over here, I can make loud sounds and get heard and be wild. And it's like, it's not helpful.
Yeah. Drama. No, it's not helpful. It's not helpful. We're all here to listen to everybody's stories, to be open-minded, and just to spread that truth. And I'm glad that we've come together all in one platform, because like Josh was saying, it's kind of crazy. The universe works in mysterious ways that all of this just kind of like happened all together. So like, thank you everyone new that's like joining our mission here, because that's
being respectful to everyone we have. So
exactly. As a moderator on that side chat, I don't like not having your messages shown. So
hey, by the way, that was not me. Whoever that was that said it was me, it was not me. Hey.
Apparently we had some Josh trolls hitting everyone up. Who is this now? Honestly, I swear to God, right? There is like 1 million people involved in this. I really honestly think
there really are.
True.
I think we're gonna have to get like a 2-man Facebook staff put in order, like, but not from my team, from the McKinney Manor Talk team, because none of us have the background in this that they do, and we definitely need, like, I'm not saying anyone's stories are not more important, right? But there's people that have bigger stories that tie in with more people, and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, because I don't know who all these people are. Like, people kept talking to me the other night saying, "Oh, this person, this person, this person." And I'm like, yeah, okay. It's like one of the biggest freaking pieces in the puzzle. Do you know what I mean? So Josh is slowly learning to like slap me and be like, "Let's shut up. Just this person, this person's going to be doing this. He's going to keep me right on stuff." Because
yes, crack that whip.
So. Yeah, I'm just chatting with Carol. So hopefully, Carol's going to be coming on tomorrow night with Josh. There's a few little things to make sure that happen, just to make sure Carol's comfortable, and we're going to ensure those happen this evening and tomorrow. Because, like I say, this platform is not for, you know, if somebody was to come on and then somebody wants to come on to disprove their opinions and all that. Everyone is coming to tell their story. Okay, that's it. If
That's
your
right.
story contradicts someone else's story, that's fine. But you don't go, but they said, and she's a bitch, and fuck him, and Bert. So we're not here for that.
I don't want to hear it.
You can do that on Facebook all day. We want your stories so that you've got a platform to be heard. Trust me. See, when I take all of this and put it onto like A0 bits of paper, and all the names have got wires attached to them and shit, and we've got a visual board of this whole story, okay? We can start seeing where the big groups of tea are, okay? And we can have McKinney Manor tea battle fucking streams. That's not a problem. But we need to get all the fucking stuff done. We can have, you know, the epic arguments from Facebook that have never been resolved. The epic debate between the Manor contestants. We can have all that shit. You want to come on here and be
live on Ronnie?
Let's fucking get all the stories out. Let's get the vulnerable people secured, okay? And then you can all punch the shit out of each other. No problem. We can I'll be in the middle on the screen. You can be on one side. They can be on the other. You can have 2 minutes each. It will be great. If it doesn't get resolved, you meet in real life. You get 1 bullet each. You do 12 paces, and that's it resolved. Okay? You do it fucking old school. You don't do that. That is not.
We don't.
That's the razor wire and the we're sleep talking. All right.
We need to spray him with the water bottle. Where's the water bottle?
Thank you. I was just thinking that.
I feel like Josh is slowly sliding further and further down.
Like,
my phone is just farther and farther. But dude, I'm glad you said that, because I mean that's a big problem right now. Is like there is a lot of people that don't agree with each other in this thing, and that's why it's so fucking intriguing, because some of these people are somewhat credible and they were somewhat big at their era. There's different eras to this shit, and what you have to respect is these are real people's these are like real people's lives that got affected that you're just reading about. You can't feel that with no amount of words, but it's their truth, whether it's the truth that is believed by the masses but it's the truth they believe, and that's what they want to put out to whoever the fuck is watching that's helping put this together. So
just going off what you said there, I could give a fuck who believes whose story. If somebody believes they had 5 teeth ripped out and had their toenails pulled out and had got injected with stuff, and they genuinely believe that, that's what they fucking believe. Do you know what I'm saying? That's their story. So that's fine. Do you know what I mean? So everyone's going to get a chance to do this, but man, I would be lying if I didn't want to do the McKinney Manor people battles after this is done. Like, I am so down.
People battle.
I'm so down. Like, if we can build as many bridges as we can and fix as many things as we can, because trust me, if there's somebody that's going to take 2 people that hate each other and give them an hour, and then after that hour they're like, yeah, okay, our beef's been squashed. It's me. We can do this. All right. Just look at the hair, okay? Calming.
You are brave.
Look at my hair.
Dude, I'm not brave. I've got a 3-year-old and a fucking 5-year-old and a fucking 10-month-old. McKinney fucking Manor people are nothing compared to that shit. and I've got that shit tied down. Okay.
2-year-old and 2 3-year-olds.
See, we're all parents and shit. We deal with this all the time. He said this, but she said that. And have some candy and sit the fuck down. All right. Have a juice box and talk it out. All right.
Just chill.
It's going to be fine. All right. And a lot of the aggression towards each other stems from the fact that a lot of you are going to feel duped, and with feeling duped comes feeling a bit silly, you know. Like, I'm sorry to say that, but I think a lot of you regret the actions that you have taken with regards to cutting off your girlfriend's hair, cutting off your own fucking hair, and all this shit to find out it was just for someone's narcissistic pleasure. Right, hang on. I need to just catch up on these super chats. Thanks for everybody's hard work. Pronounced Aiko. Aiko! Thank you, Aiko.
Aiko.
Don't need to worry about that. Can we call it Ron? No, we can't call it Ron Manor. No. Where was that one? Tyler Logan, Ron. Here's $10 to hear the best brave. Oh God. Oh God. At the end. We'll do it at the end. All right. We'll do it at the end. Right.
I didn't worry about that.
Yeah, we'll do that. We're gonna. Ron has a teenager. Ron's got an 18-year-old, right? Ron's got an 18-year-old as well. So yeah, Ron's fertile. So yeah. Okay, so I really want. We're just kind of waiting for a few of the guests to turn up tonight. A lot of them are finishing work late and things like that. So kids are scared to have a 1-year-old. Yeah, trust me. We all listen. All the parents out there, big shout out to you guys. Do you know what I'm saying? It's really easy to make a bunch of kids, but then when you like, my daughter likes using my fucking hair when it's tied back as a swing over the back of the chair. Like, just try and fucking imagine that. Just try and imagine that. Just try and imagine that. All right.
Yeah, so, my son headbutted my husband and broke his nose, and he was 2 at the time. So
I would happily take on the haunted house challenge straight out of this. I'm sure a lot of us are like, fuck yeah, I'll fucking go to Katie Manor now. Fuck that shit. Yeah. Totally. Until 4 dudes have you in a straitjacket and you're like, oh shit, I'm fucked now. Oh no.
Although I'm not even lying, another experience like that's properly safe and stuff would be amazing. Morgs, we should definitely get on that and plan something.
Yeah, well, we were talking about one organization last night. I'm going to play another one of their videos, and I'm going to keep playing their
Silvas. Yeah,
I would love to work for him. Like, if I'm telling you right now, honey, you need a good actress. I'm here. Hi, I'm super scared. I promise.
So anyone that's got any good haunts or extreme terror experiences, please do suggest them. Don't just ping me a DM and go, hey, spend 40 minutes looking this up online. Fucking you look it up online and send it over. Okay, I'm not being a diva. I just don't have time. I'd rather be spending time with my kids than Googling that shit. So just send over the links. But
high evidence in face.
Yes.
And hey, if anyone knows anything, in Ontario area, Canada, let me know, because like I will go there and literally vlog the whole experience and show everyone what an actual proper experience is like. Do
you know what was really good as well? I meant to say this last night. Like this guy, the Anthony that was on the show last night.
Yes.
You can see when he was on the show last night, he was himself, right? And you can see when he's in this video, right? He's like playing his haunted housey, scary character. Do you know what I mean?
He's a character.
Yeah, but Russ didn't do that.
No.
Russ was just scary bastard from the moment he woke up in the morning until he went to bed at night.
He'd like to say he was a character, but he was not a character when you actually watched it.
From a psychological point of view, I disassociate instantly with Anthony at work and Anthony at work. Do you see what I mean? There's a clear distinction there. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that's comforting, knowing that he's not a fucking psycho. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Anthony, you probably are a bit of a crazy bastard, but in a healthy, nice way.
In a healthy, nice way.
Yeah.
It's fine. I know it's a little bit crazy.
Bastard.
Like putting a whoopee cushion on your mum's chair, not like skinning the cat kind of way as a child. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Morgs is like, just a cat. Jesus.
Get my cat out of this.
You're next, Jenny.
ooh.
You're next.
And she's like,
I'm next gonna.
actually, you might be able to see her.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick another one of these little short videos and just kind of play it whilst we're talking, because why the fuck not?
Because why not?
Yeah.
I can geek out on live stream.
Who is Russ? I love it when people turn up to the party like 9 hours of streaming late and they're like, the fuck's going on here?
Oh, well, that is a good attitude.
Yeah. Oh, is Josh underneath Twinks? Is Josh in this thing, or is he just? I can't see him because of that thing's over there.
Oh yeah.
Hi, Josh.
There you are.
You're just down there. So once we talked a little bit about Anthony's haunt, I'm going to just jump back to Josh. I'm going to let him. He doesn't know that he's going to do this, by the way, and this is something I do with my team. You just have to assume. You just have to have all knowledge ready at all times, Josh. Okay, this is just how we work, right? So I'm going to throw Josh in a little bit. And if you're comfortable, Josh, like if we go through the people who we've met in this series so far, we've had Holly, we've had Dan, we've had yourself, we've had Wolf, we've obviously had Lindsay, we've had Trent, we had Amy for a second, we had Christina. Like, would you actually hang on a second. Let's get a bit of a better view here, because you're just way down in that corner, mate. I just feel I don't like it when you're down in that corner. Like, do you think that we're on the right path with the people that we have been talking to? Do you think this has been a good selection so far? Do you think, is there anyone right now that you think we've missed so far? And Amy's coming on this evening, Amy Lee. So that's one that we've already got tied up. And Fiona and Shrek, who've told me to call them this, just so you know.
Yeah,
they've been awesome. They sent me a little video today where I think they woke up morning and went into like action movie mode and decided to like do a slow drive-by by Russ's house, just filming. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
So, we've got that to watch. We've got that to watch during the stream as well. I have to say though, you've all been lovely. Like, you're all a lovely community, and like I say, this one job. What the fuck is going on? Like, my mobile phone keeps trying to connect to the computer, but it's not connected to the computer. Like, fucking can it? Like I say, this whole project has completely changed the format of how we're going to do investigations. So it's all good. Now, what? Oh, God, Scientology is a good one. Okay, well, listen.
No.
What I'll do is
I can talk about that forever. Let's not start.
get Twinkie to add a room to the Discord where you guys can post links to the haunts, and then during these streams we'll go back for two reasons. One, it's good for you guys who maybe have got an interest in what you've seen at McCaney Manor, but you know, now that it's gone, you want to try it elsewhere, but somewhere safe. We'll give you those options. And another one is just to rub Russ's face in it. Like, fuck you. Fuck you. Okay? I'm going to use your name to bring people to a welcome to YouTube and journalism, motherfucker.
Man, I have to tell you, this whole fucking experience has basically been like, for me, my story personally has been like the ultimate revenge, because I know you know about the McCamey Manor Talk group. I told you about the shit posting group, but it doesn't have shit posting in it anymore. We changed it. So,
good job.
Yeah, don't worry. We're going to all have conversations with the key members on Facebook that are going to be our key members of how to title things so that no one comes and causes any. You go under the radar, Josh. Under the radar, okay?
Dude, his mods they've seen his mods now. Some have actually seen you guys' podcasts and interviews and stuff, and all the people that's come out. And the fact, I guess they're really scared that legally he's going to get them in some shit, or they finally really are just off the Kool-Aid. They understand now, but it's pretty awesome because they're all, I guess it's going to be like a mass exodus, maybe, hopefully. But that would be a lot of work, but they want to stay quiet, of course, but for now, but hopefully I can help get one of those guys on here. That would be really good for you, I think.
I have started making a list of self-proclaimed controversial, and I'm sorry to keep calling you all characters, okay? I'm really sorry, okay? I'm really sorry to refer to you all as characters. What else do I call you? I don't want to say victims. That just sounds fucked. Like,
Survivors.
People. Don't say people. Oh wow. That's so creative and cool, man.
Ooh.
Yeah, okay, people. That makes a lot of sense. So one of the more controversial people within this story, that does make sense when you say it. You're right. Okay, yeah. Okay.
It's okay. We only get 2 hours of sleep a night. Don't you worry. You're fine.
Okay. It's a lady by the name of Marissa Phillips. So she said that she's been quite controversial. She's had 4 runs in the tours. She's a fan of Russ and all this kind of stuff. So we are going to have a kind of group of individuals that have told me that they will have quite a spicy response. It's a spicy nugget team. Okay.
Yeah.
So
it'll be spicy, bro.
Yeah, we're going to have a spicy nugget night. So and again, this is how these individuals have said to themselves, you might get backlash. I'm not going to get any backlash. Who am I going to get backlash from? Nobody. Not going to give me any backlash.
I'll say one thing about Marissa though. Like the Marissa thing, like if anybody really got bullied, whether her story is fake or not, the stuff that was going around her about her that is true or not, that's a fucking like that sucks. I mean, imagine having that linked to your name for some old dude, whether it's true or not, and even when you're out of the picture, it following you to this day. So that's still a story that needs to get out regardless. Yeah,
and Ron gets awfully sort of old school with everybody, where when it comes to the fighting's over now. Like the time you're done, it's done. You're done. You're all done fighting over Russ McKinney. Okay, it's a waste of energy.
Sorry to interrupt you, but Lindsay's in the chat right now. Hi, sweetheart.
Oh, Lindsay's in the chat.
Hi, honey.
Smile and wave.
My brain was just like, who the fuck is Lindsay? Oh yeah, Lindsay, of course, yeah.
I just noticed that on the little side chat. I was like, oh, Lindsay's here. I don't want to interrupt, but like,
Yeah, I'm such a derp.
She wants on.
Oh, she wants on. Yeah, you can come on. Of course, you can come
Yay.
on. Yeah, I will send you the link via Discord, and if you have issues with that, type in the side chat where you want it sent to, and we will make that happen. So, where are you?
Also Chris Elliott, who Holly mentioned, he said he would like to come on too, and
right. Okay. So, Josh, have you got any problem sort of officially? I can't believe I'm doing this on a live stream. This is the most on the spot I think I've put anyone. Have you got any problem joining?
Holly in the live stream as well, just so you know. Holly would like to jump on too at some point. She's in the chat.
I know. That is no problem either. Everyone is welcome, especially
figure it out.
Especially the key players. So yeah, if you got any problem sort of coming on as a team member for the channel and being part of the team, but based on Facebook, because I fucking hate Facebook. Okay, like just fuck. I mean, I it used to be so simple to use, and then I hit like 38, and now I'm just like, what is this button, Sonny? So
it happens.
If anyone has got anything that they want to be part of, if you've got issues with Josh is now representing the channel, so he doesn't really have an opinion of his own now, so welcome. So anyone who's got any issues or worry that Josh is going to be biased, it's not how it is. So speak to Josh and he'll get everything over to me. And if you feel like Josh doesn't like you and you've emailed him, feel free to email me as well, or one of the team. Just don't feel like that's your only port, but that's going to be.
I've been around too, so you can always message me.
Yeah, Morgs as well, but Morgs has got some shit coming there that she doesn't know about yet. So no one's being cut out. It's just the key. My core team are about to have. Let's not talk about that.
That's on our toes.
Well, I can assure you, like, I won't be biased at all. Like, sending something to you is one thing. Having a casual conversation is another thing. So yeah, nobody has to worry about shit from me being biased wise. Sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I know. Oh, it's your phone. Your fucking phone, man. Sorry, my missus is sat beside me with her phone on charge, and that's what's disconnecting and connecting. No, sorry, it'll be all right. Yeah, put it in wherever you want. I was tripping balls. I was like, what the fuck is this phone doing? But it was rage. Professionalism. Okay, so Lindsay's wanting to come back on. We're waiting for her. We've got Holly wanting to come back on. This is awesome. Like when people come on the show initially and they're a bit nervous, and then the next day they're like, I want to come back. want to come back. I want to come back. Again, it just makes me feel proud of the team. It really does. So,
like, I literally just told you 3 days ago that I've never claimed to be any kind of video expert, and like now you're asking me to correlate all these people into one fucking chat for.
Yeah. Have fun with that, Josh. All right. I guarantee you'll be about 72 hours before you're like, oh, I need to change my fucking account name and just go. I'm just going to hang out on Twitter now. I'm just going to hang out on Twitter away from this.
You got this, Josh. You can do it.
You can do it, Josh.
I do appreciate the offer. I'll try not to let you down, man.
Well, listen, when you said to me,
boring fucking personality, because I feel awkward as shit. Like,
no, but that's good. That's good. That's good. That's part of your charm. But when you told me about Carol and how you touched base with Carol and how everything's been with Carol, that was roughly when I made my mind up on the situation. So, yeah, you're a good guy.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that. I try to take good care of Carol. I mean, I know she's kind of like a controversial character to a lot of people, but whether she's, nobody's innocent in this shit. I'm sure she's.
Is Carol a controversial character because she was with Russ for so long and seen as part of like a contributor to the shit? Because if that's the issue, that's an understandable perception of people. But at the same time, you've got to understand the mind control, and it's mental abuse. It's complete mental abuse. But don't fucking misconstrue when I say mind control. That's exactly what it is. You're talking about a sense of worthlessness, a sense of when someone gets inside your head and takes away everything that makes you who you are. Why would you think anyone was going to come and help you? It's a very common mindset for people, and it's a very common approach that predators or abusers take with their victims, because they want them isolated, they want them to themselves, and they certainly don't want them feeling valued, because then people who have respect for themselves won't take this shit. So that's the common sort of path that these fuckers go down. So whoever has an issue with Carol, I would say to you, go and hop into a fucking relationship with an abusive fucking partner where you are isolated and made to feel worthless before you start tossing judgments on people's actions. Because some people are genuinely fighting for their lives for survival, and will do anything to just keep going on till the next day. So just remember that when you're passing judgment on people, all right? So
mic drop.
That was so well said. I'm tearing up. That was really good.
That was awesome, dude. That was very awesome.
Yeah. I have no idea what I just said. Like, it just comes out.
You spoke the truth. It came out of you. Don't you worry. It came from the universe. It's fine.
Well, as long as it made sense, because I have no idea what I said. But that's good. So I'm glad that everything's working out. I'm glad that people keep coming back for these streams and all the rest of it. Dan, I need to DM you back as well, mate. It's been one of those days. I'm not ignoring you. I'm 100% not ignoring you, mate. I just seen you come in the chat there.
But usually I'm like all up in the chat right now, so my apologies. But like,
no, it's just been So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get Morgs or Creep. Have either of you touched base with Lindsay off of on any platform yet?
I messaged her.
She didn't respond to me.
Okay, that's fine. Teddy H, thank you very much. I didn't have anything to say, but man or lady or cuddly animal of few words, but thank you very much for that. We do appreciate it. So yeah, Lindsay, where would you like me to send the link? If you can just type in, email me or DM me somewhere, I will get the link to you. Holly, I've sent it to you on Discord. And
if Carol's still awake, I might could get it to her for Carol.
Well, I think Carol's coming on tomorrow. Carol said she's off all day tomorrow, so I think I'm going to have a good chat with her. We'll touch base, the three of us.
No, I'm in the link.
Lindsay has an Instagram, so if you want me to give her your profile,
just
I'll do that right now.
Don't give her my profile. Give her your profile, and then you send her it.
Oh, actually, my profile's right there, Lindsay. Just like Instagram me, DM me, girl. I have my little Instagram right there. I forgot.
So you probably guessed that Ron set the chat up for a time where everyone in America was still at work, so we're winging this one. All right, this is how we do it. All right. So I would like to just point out, I was a little bit pissed off this morning. I was a YouTube, and I'm just going to have a rant about this, right? And I am going to point out the YouTuber, and I am putting this YouTuber as an example in the I am going to call them movies because they are movies that we're going to make after this, right? So
what to say about this.
This is a huge problem that I have with a lot of the bigger channels on YouTube, right? This channel is 1.7 million subscribers, okay? And do you see what it says here? Exposing the truth, okay? How can you expose the truth of McCaney Manor in 12 minutes for a start, okay? When videos like this come out and they get 600,000 views, okay, and there is absolutely no credit to Dan for the use of his face, okay? There's a moment in this where this girl puts both of Russ's children as minors with their faces showing on the internet. Now, I'm really sorry. I've got a massive problem with an individual going on the internet, watching 2 fucking videos on a subject, reading a fucking couple of things that she's read on Google, watching another couple of YouTubers' videos, taking 90 minutes in total to do the research, and then publishing one video where she says she has the truth. It's fucking frustrating.
I'm fuming right now. Like, I am literally fuming because I actually watched that video 4 hours after it was posted. And I wrote in the comments that we had every single piece of information and the truth here at our channel. So I sent everyone here. I watched 4 minutes of it, and I thought,
don't get it twisted. It's not, for me, it's not about an exposure thing. It's how 600,000.
Like, you didn't do proper research. And like, that's what really bothers me because like, there's no actual proper
These 600,000 people here that have watched this, right, are getting spoon-fed the same nonsense. They're getting told that teeth are getting pulled out. They're getting told everything's real. This guy's a psychopath. He's doing this. It's X, Y, Z. There's no talk of the abuse. There's nothing. I, in less than 3 fucking days from hanging out with you people, have realized how massive this is. I'm having to do 2 hours of streaming a day just to collate everything into files, which are basically what I'm doing for my research. It's a massive task. So for me, when channels start saying that they have the truth on a subject, I mean, that I'm going to get one where you can't really see faces. Oh yeah, there we go. That's great. Just showing their faces, you fucking dickhead. So
well, that was from a documentary. That's ripped from a documentary, and Lindsay said those were actors.
Oh, really? Okay, well, that's good. Well, I just want to point out, there's no mention of the documentary, okay? We've got the
that should have been credited.
We've then got a link to the fucking McCaney Manor channel. We've got no, I would like to thank the 3 channels whose fucking shit I stole for this. There's no, oh shit, is that a bunch of comments that someone's left there? Oh, what do they say? And also it's a tea spill challenge, right? And just like her research, her fucking teacup is empty. How can you be spilling?
Dang.
Empty like your fucking goddamn researching ethics. So very disappointing. I was actually very disappointed also in Ready to Glare. I DM'd her and said, listen.
So did I. I actually DM'd her too because I thought that she did better research than that because I love her. So like,
Hi.
So like for
Holly.
For me, it's just frustrating because I'm sure if somebody with 1.7 million subscribers reached out to anyone in any group and said, want to come and tell your story, you'd all be like, ah! Do you know what I mean? Like, you would lose your fucking shit. I would lose my shit. I mean, I contacted Ready to Glare. I even forwarded everything to Repzion and said, listen, I'll give you access to my team. We'll share resources, absolutely everything. Just, you know, let's just work on this together. Absolutely no response. I literally have a list now that is called the channels that ignored me when I was tiny, right? Yeah. Oh, Ron's better. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah. Well, listen, we'll get back on point, and yeah. It's, you know, I'm really sorry, Dan, that somebody with 1.7 million subscribers couldn't take the 2 fucking seconds to just write, thanks, Dan, for the use of your face. Your face, Dan. She stole your face.
We should just comment bomb his YouTube channel to the comment.
Dan, just go and claim her video. Just be like, that's my face, bitch. It's my video. My video now. fucking cheeky bitch. It just takes 2 seconds. It takes 2 seconds to just be Dan, link to Dan's video. And then Dan gets maybe 5,000-6,000 new subscribers. She gets to use Dan's face for free. And that's how the internet works. Just, if you look in my videos, you've got to credit, because you just don't, if your video goes viral, those poor bastards whose shit you've stolen have lost out on that viral boost as well. And it's just nice. It's just nice. Oh man, shut up, Ron. No one fucking cares. Holly, how are you? Tell us how you're doing today.
I'm doing really, really good, Ron. And I wanted to I really wanted to first and foremost, I need to make a public apology.
Okay.
A public apology to Lindsay, to Carol, to Lindsay's mom, to Lindsay's brother, and of course to Russ McCamey. So with my apology is I overstepped my mark and misspoken because of a misconception that I had of Russ McCamey, and I want to retract my original statement. I had said that Russ is a passive pedophile, and that was a massive mistake. I was inaccurate, and it was extremely hurtful, and it's not true about Russ McCamey.
Do you feel that maybe your perception of Russ's mental health, and maybe there's elements of Russ's mental health that could have been misconstrued as predatory tendencies that you perhaps
absolutely,
just and lack of knowledge maybe misconstrued?
Yes, and after hearing Lindsay's interview, it was very eye-opening. Then I'm like, okay, now I understand. I didn't know the depths of his mental illness, so I just was going off of observations when he was telling me his nothing means nothing, his dice, and I didn't understand it. And so I was afraid. It's like, well, what am I dealing with? But because Lindsay, she's so brave. Thank you so much, Lindsay. You're very strong. Lindsay, Carol, Lindsay's mom, Lindsay's brother are the strongest people in the world, the strongest people on earth. And I am truly sorry for causing pain, any emotional pain for my my statement, for my misconception about your father. I'm truly sorry. And Russ McCamey, if you're out there, I publicly owe you an apology, and I retract my statement. And I was very, very wrong, and I'm truly very sorry.
Yeah. Well,
and I want Russ McCamey to get the help that he needs. I want him to be okay. I want him to get the help that he needs, and so I want him to
just to be clear though, right? I mean, to be perfectly frank with you, and I want to be honest with you, you're not the only one who's made those exact same statements to me. So I want to make it clear that although Holly might be apologizing for what she said, the actions of Russ have been misconstrued not only by Holly, but by multiple eyewitnesses. So trust me, anyone who wants to think that Holly was making anything up or using this as or whatever, like, I've got emails from people who've witnessed Russ's the way that he looks at kids and all the rest. I'm not saying that Russ is a predator. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying that if Russ is acting in a way that has more than one individual questioning these things, he's obviously fucking doing something, okay, for the public to reach out to me. That's all I'm saying.
Sorry to cut you off, but Lindsay in the chat just responded. She says, Holly, my love, you caused us no pain. We feel that our father is ill and has treated many people poorly, and he needs help. Holly, please know that my family and I are in no way support or defend my father's situation.
Oh, yeah, well,
awesome. Just so you know that that's a thing, sweetheart. And you are so for coming out with this. I am so proud of you right now. I know we've been talking. I wanted to say this to you out loud. I'm so proud of you.
Oh yeah, because I owe them a huge apology. I feel so horrible, and I can't go back in time, and you know what's said is said, and I just want to know that I retract my original statement,
Well,
that
I
was
think
very wrong that I did. And I also, for Carol, if Carol's out there, I truly am so sorry for causing you any, all the emotional stress, all the emotional anxiety when Russ wanted me to move to San Diego. I'm so sorry. I should have listened to you, and I'm so sorry I didn't. And I'm so sorry that I ruined your family. I have to live with that guilt, and it's horrible. And I'm so sorry. And
well, listen,
I mean,
I know it's very easy that when you get into a moment like this to keep the apologies going. You've said sorry, and Holly, I understand how difficult that was, but I just want to just reiterate, Holly's not the only one who's come forward and said this. So I'm just making sure people understand that. So if the other dozen people out there that have made these same accusations want to retract their statements, feel free to do so. If not, that's one person out of a dozen in my eyes. Now, Holly has a much better perception of things, as does Lindsay have a much better perception on things than eyewitnesses. But eyewitnesses are going off what they see and how the actions of that person make them feel. I'm not saying it's true. I'm not saying that it's false. I'm just saying that's the reality of the situation that we're in with regards to information coming my way. So I think Holly is unbelievably brave for coming forward and retracting that statement. I just want to leave it there because it's very, very easy for someone to. I just don't. I would rather leave it there before anybody else starts poking holes in things, because I just need to remind you, Holly's not the only one. All right, yeah. And that's not me keeping bullshit alive for fucking clout or any pish like that. I'm just making sure you know the facts. So,
and Holly, I hope this allows you some type of closure in your own situation, because like, I know that people aren't going to understand why this is a thing, but honestly, you need to do for you whatever makes you feel good to put this to bed so you can start your new life and feel free.
Yes.
And if this is the way you have to do it, then this is the way you do it. And
you know what, Lindsay,
yes,
Lindsay just summed it up. Lindsay just summed this up better than any of us. Holly, we were all abused, you were abused, and you have the right to be confused and hurt.
I'm literally
that is what Holly said. She was confused and hurt. That's her final fucking statement, because that is the reality. Apologizing 500 times and making herself feel shit about it, that is just not going to happen. So that is a better way of putting this. She was abused, hurt, and confused. And anyone who wants to beat someone down after they've corrected a wrong, it's in the place for you. So.
And I'm so sorry that you had to experience that, Lindsay. I'm so sorry. I wish I could give you all such a big hug. I'm so sorry.
Can we, Lindsay? Can you let us know if you're still wanting to come on? We're just so you know.
Supposedly she can come on in a couple of hours. So my understanding is
that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. No problem at all. If what to do is, if you guys all stay in touch, if Lindsay's wanting to come on in a couple of hours, I'm trying to get an early night tonight. So if it's not available for a second stream tonight, maybe we could do like a Q&A in a VC on the Discord. And then I think we've got Carol coming on tomorrow night. So there's no reason why Lindsay can't be involved in tomorrow night's show. I know for a fact that if I don't go to sleep before 4 o'clock in the morning tonight, I'm going to there's just never going to be any videos ever again, right? There's just not. Do you know what I mean? I've got 12 projects half done now. Do you know what I mean? And it's great. Like, Christmas is going to be the shit. Like, the November and Christmas is going to be for everyone. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. It's awesome because minimal effort on 8 or 9 projects and they're done is great. So, and it's, it's been a long road to get to these things done, and I'm pumped. So, but Holly, how do you feel? We've been sort of asking everyone tonight how they feel the series is progressing and how they feel everything's sort of been since this has started. Do you think that there's the people that we're talking to are the right people? Is there anyone you feel like we've missed out on, or that we should have? I know we've put Josh in charge of sort of gathering up the Facebook.
With Lindsay being so brave, and I can't. Lindsay, she's my hero. I mean, she taught me a very valuable lesson about having compassion, empathy, and I can forgive Russ McCamey. I can do that. I can forgive Russ McCamey. I feel so sorry for him. He's a tormented soul. I hope and pray he gets the help that he so desperately needs. Russ McCamey, if you're out there, I forgive you. You don't have to forgive me. It's okay. You can hate me for the rest of your life. It's okay. I forgive you because it's time for me to move on. It's time for me to move on with my life.
I think I came up with a way, right, where we start a dialogue with Russ. We tell him there's a great new haunt somewhere. We get him to go to the haunt, and the waiver he's got to sign is actually the entry papers to hospital, and then we stick him in the van, right, and we just get him the help he needs. Okay, that's okay. One of those like man in the bushes with a tranquilizer gun and a big net.
The big net.
Listen, I got a good deal on some nets on Amazon. I'm waiting to use them. I've got to figure out a way. But like, I would love to figure out a way of actually fucking getting Russ some help. Like, I know that sounds nuts, but if this,
check out Lindsay's comments on the side chat. She's like, she's bombing it. Like, I'm literally like, I have to jump on because like, wow. That's
right. You do your thing. It's all good. So like for me, if we can build bridges, right?
I couldn't have done it without Lindsay being so brave. Like I said, Lindsay's mom, Lindsay's whole family, Carol, her brother, they are the strongest people on earth. And my God, I mean, I couldn't have done it without them. She inspired empathy and compassion, and that's what was missing in my life. For so long, I didn't have the compassion or empathy that I needed to forgive him, and I felt so ugly inside, so ugly, and like I'm just like.
But that's not your fault. That is the part of the conditioning. Just so you know, that is part of Russ's, and in fact, it's not even part of Russ's plan. That makes him sound special. It's just part of a controlling mindset, an abuser. That's just how they leave the people, the shells of the people when they free themselves. That's not your fault. Mm-hmm. No one's expecting you to give a shit about anyone else when you can't give a shit about yourself. It's not. It doesn't work like that. It just doesn't work like that. Yeah. You know, so I understand that we understand that. And anyone who doesn't understand that, just fucking Google it. It's like the first fucking thing on Wikipedia about it. Like,
educate yourself.
Yeah, literally takes 5 fucking minutes. Just takes 5 minutes. Like, so yeah. Ron, buy a straight jacket. I don't want to buy a straight jacket. Jesus Christ.
And like, just to confirm, like nobody's you know, making Russ into any kind of saint. We're just saying that like he obviously has some issues that need to be helped, and instead of putting him down, we should just find him the help that he needs.
Yes, so he needs the help,
because that is
yeah. Trust me. There's plenty of mental health conditions, right, that people can suffer from and still go on to be massively high-paid investment bankers that have similar tendencies to Russ. The only difference is Russ is fucking up people and not fucking up countries with their economic structures through fucking shit investments. Okay, like psychopaths and narcissists are quite able to function in many levels of society. I'm not saying they're good people. I'm just saying this is not a Russ is a saint parade. This isn't a Russ's mental illness makes up for everything. I've not given anyone my opinion yet. You'll get my opinions in the videos I make. Do you know what I'm saying? Where I'm safe and nobody can question what I'm saying because I'm not lying. Do you know what I mean? I'll be giving my opinion on everything there. But just know this, like, my opinion on Russ has not shifted very much from the start of this. Like, I still want to talk to Russ. If I could get Russ help, I would get Russ help. I want to get him on here for his say, but I'm not going to have any part of it controlled or in Russ's favor. I wouldn't have Russ on here so he could comment on Holly or Carol or Lindsay or anyone. He'd be coming on here to explain himself. That's the only way that I would give him it, because the minute that he thinks he's going to come and use my platform to send any sort of pish and continue his reign of fucking terror to his fucking survivors, because that's what they are now. They're not victims, pal. They're free now, motherfucker. All right, survivors. Okay.
That feels great. That feels good.
Okay, like that's the way that it is. So I'm sure you're going to have a great time because you're currently fucking penniless, threatening to sue people. Listen, mate. No lawyers take bags of dog food, pal. So good luck with that. We'll plan on walking to Scotland. So
unless you're getting Goofy to be your lawyer, but like I don't know.
Like it's crazy. So Lindsay, we've solved that. A couple hours, right? Nice one. Okay, so Dan's down there. Dan always fucking finds his way onto these chats. He's a fucking crazy. He's like a fucking SES Navy SEAL.
It's true love.
He always starts off with
It's
a
true
wild
love.
well. He's just like such a dude. I swear to God, you know what? True love. I'm just going to start calling you Chad from now on. You're like the Chad in this story, dude. Look, he's trying to figure it out. You're nailing it. I'm going to make him full screen. Yes. Yes, Dan. Figure it out. Figure it out, Dan.
True love.
Oh, yes. Fucking qualities. Fucking shit hot. You still try. When you figure out your sound, mate, we'll have a conversation. But yeah. So yeah, it's just been a wild road, and like I say, it's not over. We're still going to keep going with this. I'm going to set up a weekend schedule. I do a Saturday night show that I'll be doing. So I don't know what will be happening on Saturday, but
it'll be awesome.
We'll be doing something. Now, what I would suggest is on nights where I can't do streams, weekends and family things, and nights where I already have streams, I would like to start hosting Q&As on the Discord. On the nights where we do the Q&As, I'll close the Discord so no fucking twats can decide to come on and ruin anything for anybody. But people like Holly could make themselves available. Dan, I'm sure they would be more than happy to kind of answer some questions and things like that from, you'll be safe. No one's going to, anyone acts up anyway. We've got your mobile numbers now, so good luck with that. So yeah, don't test us. But yeah, like it's all good. I just think a lot of people want to ask questions. Even maybe what we could do actually is we'll set up a VC room where Holly and an admin can talk, and then the people in the VC can listen and then type their questions. Do you know what I mean? That's better.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's
We can do that.
Listen, but then they've got to type, and then no one's bombarding anybody, and that's what we'll do. See,
Structure.
Right, Dan, how are you doing with your sound there?
He's muted. Dan, you're muted, honey.
Should we unmute him? Let's unmute him. Nah. All right, we can hear you now. Oh, he's muting himself. I'll unmute him now. Shit, Dan, I'm not trolling you, mate. I swear to God, I don't keep touching your mic. There you go. It's on now. Leave it.
All right.
Yes, Dan.
All right. You totally just trolled me. Did you just hit my audio button?
Yeah, did you?
You just trolled the hell out of me. Oh my God.
Sorry.
Because as soon as I hit it, it was on silent again. That's crazy.
It's been like 3 nights of having to be really serious on these streams, and I've not been allowed to do any memes. I've not been able to pick on anybody because it's been too serious a subject matter. But now that I've renamed you Chad, it's just the way it's going to be. I'm sorry, true love. I know you've been through enough already, but this is how it's going to be now.
Come on, who is Chad? Who is Chad?
Who is Chad?
Who's
Chad? Chad.
Oh.
He's all
Watch
Chad.
on
He's
Chad.
got a backward hat hoodie on, and he's from America. Chad, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. He's a good guy. I'm just busting his chops, all right? Unless Chad means something in America. I don't get nerve here. Is that like a derogatory thing? Because
Didn't you make a video called Chad Fishing?
Yeah, Dan, we'll send you the link to the Chad fishing.
Dan, I'm going to come up with a new nickname for Dan, okay? Dan, right? Until we come up with a new nickname for Dan, right? Do away with it. I'll delete that out when we'll come up with a new nickname for Dan. I almost called you Chad again. No, okay. I'll come up with another.
Community, everybody.
Yeah. Well,
you guys are killing me.
Aftercare. Okay, so yeah, but yeah. Sorry. What's happening? What's been happening with you over the last 12 hours?
Okay, so you guys are killing me. First of all, my God, I can't get over that. I really just wanted to make a really quick statement because I saw the live feed with Lindsay last night and you, and it really just put a different, a darker and humanizing side to the story of everything. And I never finished my story, and I really don't. I feel like my story is kind of out there now. Like I have my own YouTube channel. I have all that. So if you want to listen to my channel and my story, that's fine. But after last night, I heard Lindsay talking, and it really, really impacted me in a different way that I never even have been impacted with the whole entire McCamey Manor story at all. Because I love Holly, and I've heard her story. And then I hear Carol, and I hear her story. They're both very similar. And it's a very common characteristic trait that I hear between both of these women of the relationship with Russ. But I'm hearing a complete different side of the story with Lindsay and her relationship with her father, who is her blood. And it totally impacted me in a completely different way last night, listening to it and knowing the fact that I'm a father of, 3 children myself. It definitely put like a darker side to the story for me personally. Personally, it did. And I was thinking about it, and I was dwelling on it today. And then I do have a burner account in the closed McCamey group, and I saw someone say something about rest in peace, Russ McCamey. It was fake news. It was all fake news.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But listening to everything last night, basically in the closed group, so for everybody that doesn't know, in the closed group of McCamey Manor, someone posted a comment about Russ McCamey being dead, and that it's on the local news, and it'll be on the local news at like 2 o'clock.
Why would do that?
Again, 2 seconds, type it into Google, all false. So just remember, when you see a DM, right? You see a JPEG of a DM, analyze the text line up, analyze everything, because it doesn't take a lot to make up a bullshit post it, screenshot it, delete it. It doesn't take much to just type out new text on something. It really doesn't. Trust me.
But this it actually like affected me. Like, even though it was fake news, like it actually affected me in a way darker way than I thought it would ever do. And because I know, like, I was like one of the first initial whistleblowers, still put my middle finger up to the non-disclosure agreement, and I spoke out against it, and it kind of started a movement because I talked about what me and Holly talked about, and before Holly ever caught anything, and I kind of felt responsible, even though it did happen to be fake news. It just like really affected me in a really dark way. And I had a bad overcast in the sky today because it was just a dark gray day. It was rainy, and it just really affected me in a bad way. And if Russ McCamey were to ever kill himself because of like the information we're putting out, I did not feel good with myself, even though it was fake news, and it is fake news, really, false story. But I didn't know that at the time, and it just affected me.
Dan, it's interesting you touch on that, because that's exactly how I felt for the first microsecond when I read it. I was like, fuck. But then I Googled it and everything was fine. So I totally get what you're saying. But listen, I don't think in Russ's mind he would ever deny the world.
Really bad right now.
Oh, I am. Oh yeah, hang on a second. Is that any better? Am I still?
You're cutting out
really bad.
Really bad.
Okay, I'll just be quiet. You carry on.
Yeah, you sound like R2D2 right now.
I don't know though if that's him or if that might be possibly you.
Yeah, you sound fine to me.
It sounds fine to me.
Oh yeah. See,
Yeah,
that's you
fine.
trolling me now, Chad. See, trying to get revenge and shit, motherfucker. Okay, I'm just busting your chops. Right. So I can't remember what I was going to say. I can't remember it was anything of any use. But oh no, yeah, that's how I felt when I read that about Russ. I thought, holy shit, I wouldn't feel good about that. But it's not my problem that Russ did these things and people want to talk about them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I feel about that. You know, if you don't want to be talked about, if you do really nasty things, probably best to go back in time to when the internet never existed, to be honest.
Yeah.
Or don't do nasty things.
Yeah, or
just
don't be a dick. Like that's probably a good bit of advice as well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ping a link out to Christina because I know she's watching, and we can give Christina a little minute to say hi again if she wants to. Twinks, I'm going to drop you down into the bottom of the creepy layer down here, and I'm going to throw Josh back in, and then I'm going to ping Christina a link. Christina, you come and join us if you wish. Okay, it's like we're getting a whole new, like, crazy new family. It's weird. Do you know what I mean? We've already got the core, like, family for the channel on in the community. I feel like we've adopted, like, this massive
yes,
mega family.
That's how I feel too. We have like this mixed.
Yeah, crazy. It's crazy.
Welcome to the family.
Welcome. So yeah, if anyone's got a good nickname for Dan, just type it in the side chat, and then we'll do like a poll on what Dan's new nickname is. Yeah, just make sure it's a nice nickname.
Dude, I got an awesome last name. Why don't you just call me True Love? Come on, guys.
Like, I don't know why we just that. Like
True
that's
Love.
awesome to me. I'm jealous.
Listen, that's what you want. If your name's actually True Love, that's like a fucking cool ass fucking name, man. That's a cool ass name. Okay, so that's why we're getting you a nickname. All right, just to bring you back down to earth. Okay, you've had the name True Love too. Dan True Love. That sounds like the special agent in like a fucking series of like awesome crime novels. Dan True Love.
True Love.
Man can save the day when international spies go on rogue action. It is Dan True Love. That's what that's like. So like something simple like Alan or Tony. Do you know what I mean? Or just something nice. You know what I'm saying?
Tony. Oh my God.
Tony.
Yeah.
Whichever one pisses Dan off the most, that's the one we'll go through, right? So yeah, it's fucking sweet. It's just too good. But it's all.
You guys are killing me. You're killing me. You're killing me.
We've got to have some fun. I've got to let it all out at some point. Like I've been saving it up all week. At least we've not had any more rust. You know what I mean?
I'm sure you have.
You know what I'm saying? I thought, no, we'll go back to being serious. We'll just have that 5 minutes in that one stream where I lose it. Do you know what I mean? But,
and of course, it's me that's getting picked on. I get it.
It's okay, Dan. You can you've been handling it the longest. Okay, that's why we know you can handle it the best. All right.
It's that smile, man.
Yep.
Yeah, it's that smile.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna be grumpy face from now on.
I'm gonna be grumpy face. Right, Creep, I'm just going to drop you down for a minute into the little land of Nod as well, and we will grab Christina. How are you doing, Christina? How are you feeling?
I am doing. Oh, I say I'm here somewhere. I'm
yeah,
here.
We got you.
We see you.
Hi. I'm doing actually a lot better than what I did yesterday. So, I'm kind of glad, and I'm kind of glad I came forward with my story. And hopefully, to be honest, it opens people's eyes on Russ. And personally, I don't have any hatred towards Russ, and people might think that I have, but I really don't. I want him to get better.
Hey, you can be pissed off and not hate someone, just to make that clear. Like, if you've never been, trust me, if you've never been to Scotland, that's how we live our life, okay?
And to be honest, I do not hate him. I want him to get the help that he needs, because you can go to an extreme haunt, and mark my words, I've been to many, many, many extreme haunts. If you want anybody to ask me about extreme haunts, I've probably been on A lot of them.
We're going to do a whole fucking live stream about people who love haunts, and you're going to get to just tell us your love, your passion. Tell us the best ones you've been on. I want to hear all about this because you're all fucking mental, right? You're all mental, right? You're completely mental, right? I mean, I love you all a bit, but wow. Like,
you're not invited to my haunt.
Wow. I mean, I'll give it a try. I'll give it a try.
Adrenaline
no,
junkies,
you're not allowed.
Ron, adrenaline junkies.
Guys, but wow. I mean, I would shit my pants. I would shit my or I see how I react when a jogger runs past me and I get a fright and I almost punch him in the fucking face, right? So to be put in a situation, I don't even think I'd get the straight jacket on. I think I'd sign everything. I'd be full of piss and vinegar, and then they'd be like, "Right, we're going to restrain you now," and I'd be like, "I'm out. I'm done. I'm sorry. I'm out."
With the spiders, Ron. With the spiders and all.
No. That would be Holly would be texting them like,
the spiders.
But I was watching the comments yesterday on the broadcast, and some of them are really mean. And it's kind of like
that's the internet, though.
You exactly, and it's to a degree that you can be hateful, but you don't have to be that hateful. You might not agree with my opinion. I know what I went through, and it wasn't right. Yeah. And all I are telling people, I'm not telling people don't go to McCaney Manor. If you want to go through that, each is their own.
It's me that's telling people not to go there. Just to be clear, don't go. That's Ron. Okay, that's fine with that. But I'm
not going to put myself through that again because I don't think it's a haunt. When you sign the waiver, yes, it does say in the waiver that you're going to have bruises, cuts, and so on and so on. But when it goes beyond that, like one of the contestants, like Laura. That is bonkers. That is beyond getting cuts and bruises, and that's what I don't agree with. That's beyond craziness.
It is beyond craziness.
Allowed. And obviously, he has mental issues, and he needs to go get help. And I guess basically that's what I'm saying. I don't hate Russ McCaney. I think he honestly needs to go get help. And with somebody that has a mental illness, should not be running a haunt.
Absolutely.
Well, can I say something? Just to throw this in. I think that there's a huge misconception because it's not a haunt. I think he probably himself calls it a haunt also, but it's not. It's the intent is that it's a fully immersive, interactive horror movie experience. It's not actually a haunted house. It's a whole immersive experience.
Of course.
So it's not the same thing. Going to a haunt, walking through and having people jump out and scare you, and you've got strobe lights and all of this. That's not what this is. It's a completely different animal.
And don't get me wrong, when I said you're all crazy, I mean that in the most endearing way possible, just so you know. Like, I mean, I'm just saying, it's like people that jump out of fucking planes. I'm like, what? What do you mean? You're what? Or base jumping? It's like
adrenaline junkies.
Yeah, man. I mean, don't get me wrong. I swear to God, I have to do one now, but it'll be if I ever get to America, I'll go and see Anthony, and you guys can just relish in how absolutely terrified I'll be. Absolutely, no one's cutting my fucking hair. Okay, anyone comes at me with scissors, and I'm burning the whole fucking place down. Okay, I'm just saying. That's all. I'm just saying. Okay. Cutting my fucking hair. I had nightmares about that the other night there. I had literal nightmares about Russ McCaney cutting off my hair. All right. Jesus Christ. I just want to point out as well, like Dan, you're gonna have to get a wig or something, mate. We need to like even up all the long hair on the suggestion. Danny Whizbang. Danny Whizbang, that's our first suggestion for a nickname for Danny. I don't know quite what that means, but we'll stick it on the back burner. But yeah, we'll get there, Dan. By the end of this series, we'll have you.
What does that even mean? What does that mean?
That's the beauty of it, Dan. We get to spend the rest of our lives going, what does it mean? That's our gift to you, Dan. Right?
Welcome to the Twilight Zone. My God.
you'll never be bored. You'll forever be able to be wondering what Danny Whizbang means. Birdie's been explaining really well the difference between BDSM and fetish-based stuff compared to what Russ does. We are going to touch on that with Birdie. She is our sort of highly educated in that scene across the board with various kinks and things like that. And it's very interesting when somebody who's highly educated on something comes in and breaks down people's misconceptions. It's eye-opening. So we will be touching on that because it's very, very important. So yeah. Now I'm just going to take a second to double check to see if the guests I had booked in for this evening are finished. If they're not, and we have to finish this, then we will get everybody back on. Like I say, it's I know it seems really easy to sit here and just talk away for a couple hours, and it is, but there is so much work that needs to be done tomorrow and the next day that I'd rather keep these streams going than completely fuck myself. So yeah. Because I think this is a good thing that we're doing, and I feel like the more that everyone is brought together, the more calm everyone seems to be being over their issues that they've had, and it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing. I do. So I want to keep it going. I really do. One thing I would like to show you guys though, because now that I've done my research, other YouTube channels, if you're watching, I'll quite happily do this. So Russ McKinney. We've got a big fat petition. I know a lot of you have seen it before, but for those of you who are watching this back, this is it here. Please do go and sign this. They're trying to get 150,000 signatures. We're at 113,000 right now. So just go and sign it. Do it. Sign it and do it. Do it now. I'm going to grab the link. So that's something that people kept asking me to mention, and I've just been waiting because it's always better to think with your own brain than the collective brain of the internet. So I feel comfortable now saying, yes, probably a good idea Russ McKinney doesn't ever have a haunt again. It's not a haunt, Ron. It's probably best Russ McKinney doesn't get to torture people for dog food anymore and money. Dog food and money. Don't forget about the money. This whole dog food myth thing's really, oh my God.
Money's off the table now.
If I had a great idea.
Yeah.
If any of these haunts want to sponsor the next 2 videos, right, and want a big advert for their haunt on my videos, I am selling ad space. It will cost you a bag of dog food. Okay? So if anyone wants to buy the ad space, it's 1 kilo bag of dog food for my dog Thor. It's about $5. Something like that. So you want to PayPal that, I'll buy him the dog food, and then we've got a deal. So there'll be 2 slots for the haunts. First come, actually Anthony's going to get one. I'm sure he'll be fine with parting with like $5 for some dog food. So that's how we're going to do it. Make sure everyone knows that the sponsorship deals were sold for dog food in honor of all this fucking stuff. Because it's got to be done. It's got to be done. I just want to see how many more things we can get done with bags of dog food throughout this series. Like, seriously, I really do. So he did take money. Ava Sparrow says, "Yeah, absolutely. In fact, True Love, you'll be able to split, and probably Christina as well." But since I've been picking on Dan, I'll let Dan explain this one. So Dan, tell us about the myth behind it only being. Tell us as well about all your expenses, the shite you had to buy, the dog food, and the non-refundable donation.
Yeah, so basically it was, all expenses. I had to pay for every expense, which is, obviously like should be no surprise because he's making you quote unquote buy just a couple bags of dog food to go into the haunt. But for my particular tour, and I can't speak for everybody because I think everybody may or may have not been different. Like I really don't know like what he did for everyone's tour, sure. Even though I was a moderator for the group, I don't know what he did for everybody's tour. But for my particular situation, he made me pay $120, which I was barely working. I was barely making money.
Was there not some sort of medical test as well that you had to pay for? Was there not like a
screening? Yeah.
How much was that? How much was that?
So, well, because I don't have health insurance,
Okay.
I had to like a urgent care type of situation. And
Yep.
you know, if you have health insurance, I think it would be a little bit cheaper for you.
Okay.
But because I did not have health insurance at that particular time, I had to pay $100 for a physical.
Okay.
And
then
I don't know if I ever. Well,
there was gas money and accommodation as well, right?
Right, but I don't know if I ever touched on this the last time, and I'm not going to tell you who helped me out, but and you guys are all going to call me crazy, which you guys are already calling me crazy. You're calling me weird names already, anyways. So call me crazy, but
that's rude. We're giving you endearing pet names, Dan. Okay,
you guys are already giving me some crazy names already, so that's okay.
It's endearing pet names, okay, because we like you, Dan. All right, I'm from Scotland. We don't waste our time nicknaming people that we don't like. Okay, it's just not what we do here.
Exactly.
Right? So it's just how we roll.
So I paid $100 for this physical, this like a sports physical, more or less. And I failed. I absolutely 100% failed that sports physical. I had someone.
You and me both, brother. I imagine. You and me both.
I'm sorry.
I'm saying I probably would have failed as well. So you and me both, brother. I would imagine. So don't worry.
Well, basically, what it was my resting heart rate was way too high. Like so, like. I'm sitting in this medical examiner's office in this urgent care, and I'm just like basically just looking for a sports physical. I failed. My resting heart rate was way too high. A normal resting heart rate should be at like 90 beats per minute, more or less.
Okay.
And my resting heart rate was at 117, and he did not feel comfortable signing his name off on my sports physical. And I was so damn determined to get into McCamey Manor that I had a friend of mine basically forge a sports physical for me. And
that's some new facts, man. I'm digging it. I would have forged it. I would have forged it as well, Dan. Fucking right.
Well, I mean, it was something that I really wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, I never got drug tested, and I drank a beer before my tour, and I was smoking cigarettes on the dude's porch. So, I mean,
you're a literal rebel, Dan. You're an inspiration to chaotic fucking teenagers all over the world with fucking slingshots and spray paint. I'm telling you that right now. You're the essence of the scallywag right there. I dig it, though. I dig it, man. I would have been the exact same. Like, there's no way I wouldn't have not been going to McCamey Manor without a fucking beer in me. No fucking way. Definitely not. But in saying that, I would have shot myself as soon as they came out with a straight jacket. I would have been like, okay, that was a fun trip. Bye. Yeah. Just, it's not. I couldn't do the whole, I am at the, like, I don't think I could just be like, okay, fully restrain me to the point where if you all suddenly die and then a fire starts, I'm just going to burn to death because I'm fucking tied up and you dickheads have fallen asleep somewhere or some shit. Like, that's what goes through my head. Like, have you ever seen that movie? There was a movie on Netflix where this couple go away for a dirty weekend.
Game.
And he fucking handcuffs the woman to the bed and then has a heart attack. Nightmare. So she's now just handcuffed to a bed where she's just going to die of thirst in the next 72 hours because her fucking husband had a fucking heart attack on the... Like... That's all that would be going through my head. Do you know what I'm saying? Some drive-by shooting where everyone in McCamey Manor is just suddenly struck dead, and I'm left there with a ball gag in my mouth and a fucking straight starving to death on the floor. Like, do you know what I mean? No, the big spider's like, no. If I wasn't restrained, no problem. I think I would feel a lot more comfortable. Or maybe if it was like, no. Maybe some shackles that I can still run about and like get through a window and catches fire. But nah. Just too. I give you credit for being able to hand that over to someone. You know, I really do, because I'm actually having an anxiety attack just thinking about it. I'm being honest with you. Like it really that movie really distressed me. Like, it really distressed me. Like, what the fuck would you do? What would you do, right? You're away on a romantic holiday with your partner.
Ron is having a full-on wolf meltdown right now with this fucking movie.
Darling, I want to try something a bit kinky. They put the handcuffs on you. You're sitting there. It's all weird, but it's new. You enjoy it. It's exciting. It's new. And then they fucking have a heart attack. And
She didn't enjoy it.
Morgs, for the purposes of this, everyone's enjoying themselves, okay? Jesus Christ. But and then they have a heart attack. Like, what are you going to do? And the worst thing is, I bet your fucking mobile phone will be in a dock station in the holiday just looking at you. Like, bet you'd set up voice activation now. Bet you wish you'd fucking turned that option on. Do you know what I mean? You're like, Siri, fucking Siri, save me, save me. You know what I mean? Fucking hell. Jesus fucking Christ. Wow, that was an interesting rant. So let's get back on topic. Josh, anything you'd like to add this evening? Let's just make Josh full screen and I'll go back to where it's safe. All right. Yeah, anything you want to add? Maybe we'll just repeat again. If anyone's on Facebook, please add Josh. He's going to be our point of contact for people who are wanting to get on the show and are having trouble getting to me. That also goes for haunts and things like that. They can contact us directly if they want, but if any of you are friends and want in on the dog food sponsorship deal, do let us know. But yeah, let's go through Josh. I know I just made you big screen and now I'm just talking as if anyone's listening to me when they're looking at you. Do you know what I mean? Jesus Christ. I think what we'll do is have no, shut up, Ron. I'm just going to mute myself now.
Fuck. Is he going to talk again? Fuck. So yeah, nothing too awful crazy except for that shit that I sent you to your DMs that you never fucking check right now. But basically I did kind of want to touch on like how you said earlier in the live about how everybody's it's brought a lot of people together and a lot of people don't like each other. Anybody that thinks that I don't fucking like them or that I'm going to be biased or whatever the fuck about this ridiculous Facebook situation I just got put into, don't feel that way. Like I can put aside any personal difference I may have with anybody just simply to get everybody's truth and situation out there, regardless what I feel about it, anybody else feels about it. Don't feel scared to message me and don't feel scared to message somebody to get up with me. Like, that's really the only thing I really have to say.
I can't believe this is the first time I'm seeing this motherfucker's merch store. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I've got a contact at Redbubble. This gots to go. Like, why is he selling people's images? Holly, have you signed any fucking release forms for any of this merch?
What?
There's literally a fucking, I don't know what it is, but there's like a sticker or something with your face on it in his merch store.
All kinds of shit. All
There's
kinds
another
of
one.
shit. And
There's another one.
It's like 2 or 3 pages worth of shit.
Oh, that's tomorrow's job. That's tomorrow's job. That's another revenue stream that's going to go. Sorry, Russ. Can't be doing that shit, pal. Jesus Christ. That's the sort of thing that places like Redbubble shit themselves because people like Holly will sue Redbubble. So, fun. Yeah, we'll get rid of that because that's nuts.
Yeah, like I definitely wanted to talk to her about that while she was here to see if she even knew about it. It's ridiculous.
What is it?
That is literally you.
Yes, that was when it was Holly's Playhouse, and that's old material, so that was all consent. So that was all consent when I was doing Holly's Playhouse, and you can get T-shirts of me, and that was just me playing in the show. That was the pretend just Holly's Playhouse, just the fun carnival stuff. Yeah, paint your faces.
Do you really think Russell have kept that paperwork? Like if we legally request his release form for these images, do you think that he's going to have kept that paperwork?
The paperwork
in order for that image to be on the internet, okay, and sold, you have to have signed a piece of paper called a release form that says a company is allowed to sell your image with your permission. If you've not signed a release form, then that's illegal. What's happening there? So I'm just saying that I don't think Russ will have that. I don't think if he made you sign anything, Russ is still going to have that paperwork. I really don't.
Right. Yeah, you'll have to ask him. Yeah, just I was not in charge of the merchandise. I just remember him showing me one day, say, "Oh, you got merchandise," and I'm like, "Oh, okay."
I mean, who in their right mind, right, goes into business with their partner and then splits from their partner and then sells merch of their partner? Like, does anyone see like a weird, like, just from a normal perspective, like that just seems a bit of a low blow. And I know we're getting off on a weird tangent here.
I think personally, Ron, that so much has happened with Russ that he kind of forgot about the merchandise. I mean, he has been just flooded, so I think it's been put on the back burner, and I think that's what happened, and it's just been forgotten, and because he gets phone calls all the time about the haunt, so it's probably just something he forgot.
Yeah.
That's my personal opinion.
Yeah, no, I think that's probably the wide opinion of the community as well. There's bigger fish to fry than worrying about
than like stupid merchandise that's old news and whatnot.
See, I'm an internet nerd, so I know all your rights and shit on the internet. That's why when I see stuff like that, it's like, no. Sorry.
Very cool.
But yeah, so where are we at? We're getting to the 20 minutes left. We've got 2 hour show tonight, so we've got 20 minutes left. Christina, do you have anything that maybe you didn't touch on last night? You maybe want to take 10 minutes to just sort of add anything else in, and then we'll go back to Holly, and then we'll have another round of what's Dan's new name going to be, and then we'll finish for the night.
I know at one time, this is when he had a GoFund thing that he was doing at one time. And I know that a lot of people donated towards that.
Okay.
And if you donated a certain amount, then you were guaranteed a show. Now, there were certain people that donated that amount and was never given the show that they donated for.
Okay.
So he took a lot of money from that GoFund thing that he had done in the past, and people did not get in return on what they were promised as part of that GoFund. Personally, I helped out a lot with that because during that time I was in Kuwait as a government contractor working. And this was back in 2015. And I got a lot of people involved with that and donated to help his cause. And this is a time when, me and Russ were on better terms, and we weren't having all these problems and issues that occurred after 2016 and during 2016 during my tour. So I know of a few people, and I'm not going to put their name out there. If they want to go on this broadcast and put their name on there, that's fine. But as me, I'm not going to be disrespectful to that person without asking for their permission to do that. But I know that they did donate some money. They were and never got what they were promised as part of donating towards the GoFund that he had that was going on. So I don't know if anybody else can elaborate on that within the people that are in the group, like Trent or, Dan or Josh can elaborate on that. But I know that there was a lot of people that donated and not got what they were expecting in return.
Sorry, I was just ranting in the side chat there. Somebody was commenting that there wasn't any new guests tonight, and I had new guests tonight, but they sadly got called into work, and we had a connection issue and all this. So I want to thank everyone who is here this evening for being here, from the community as well. Dan's dropped again, anyway. That has managed to make it, and everyone that was meant to be on tonight, we'll get everybody on. A lot. you might think this is just an easy thing to put together, but there's a lot of people. Some people who I have booked on, they don't necessarily get on with other people that I've booked on because I don't know the history of anything. So I'm doing my best, but Josh will be able to keep me a little bit more right going forward. So tomorrow night we have Carol coming on to tell her side. I think that's going to be a fairly big evening as well. And I'm definitely going to speak to Lindsay. If she'd like to come back on, we can certainly arrange that as well. We'll definitely have another stream on Friday. Then Saturday, I've got a weekly show that I do called Internet Horrors Live. We'll certainly, we will be doing that show. That'll definitely be happening. So, yeah, I am doing my best. I will be totally honest with you. I was fucking exhausted last night. I got 6-7 hours sleep and I woke up and I was still exhausted. So yeah, we're all doing our best. So we will be getting more people on, but I just feel like there's been so much information. This sort of evening has really helped me piece everything together, sort of discuss that we're doing the right thing and all the rest of it. And I thank you for sticking with tonight, because I know tonight's not been the most high impact episode of the series, but for me it's been a very important one because it's allowed guests that have been on to come back on, make sure they've said their pieces before we move on to the next section, which is going to be a mix of people that are still telling their stories about Russ and the things he's done, but also moving into the realm of people that that have different views from the people that have been on, and that's just what we do. So everyone gets a chance to have their say. So
and the only thing
Hey,
else
Ron.
I probably really got to say out of all this too is, and this is really coming from the bottom of my heart, and I'm being absolutely sincere when I say this, and this is for the people that are supporters of Russ. These are the people that are non-supporters. I really want Russ to get help.
Yeah, I think we all do.
Yes.
That's what
Yes.
it boils down to, and that's honestly coming from my heart. Whether people think I'm going to be general about what I'm saying, that's fine. They can have their difference in their own opinion. But from somebody that people I know that suffer from mental illnesses,
Yeah,
it's devastating, and they really need to go get help. And that's what my concern is with Russ, is I really want him to get help before it goes terribly wrong, before he gets locked up in jail somewhere, or something terribly happens to somebody,
Yeah.
And that's what my concern is. And I got a lot of backlash for coming on the show and talking about my story. I've been quiet for about 3 years about the thing.
Why would you get backlash?
People calling me a liar and things of that nature. And I know what happens to me.
That's just the internet, just so you know. Like when you're in a group of 8,000 on Facebook and there's an audience of however many thousand on this platform, you're always going to get that. Just, you've got to learn. This is a bit of advice to you, Christina. Never mention it again. Never mention any of the shit that people have bullied you. Never mention the trolling. Don't even fucking mention it, because all you're doing is feeding these motherfuckers. You ever heard the expression, don't feed the trolls? Fuck them, okay? If they've not got nothing better to do than go around bullying fucking victims of fucking whatever, fuck them, fuck them.
We can always say piss off. That's a good English word, piss off.
I wouldn't even waste the 2 words. You're just getting sucked in. I wouldn't even waste the 2 words.
No, but I honestly want him to get help, and that's what it
me too. All of us.
I really honestly want to get, and it's coming from a sincere place. It's coming from a good heart.
Do you think there's any way we could convince Russ he'd be more famous by being the guy who owned up to his mental health, got fixed, and then came out and fucking apologized?
I honestly don't think so, because he doesn't think that he has a problem. He doesn't have an issue, and that's what the problem is.
Yeah, but if we can just convince him that he'd be more famous for getting help than not getting help, maybe that would be a little manipulation. If we can just get him in the fucking hospital, who cares if we could just get him in there, okay? Just get him in there and then see what they can do, because I'm totally on board with legitimately sitting down and trying to come up with an actual feasible plan to present to Russ this is how we think you need to get help. Here's the people that would support you. This is what would happen if you completely, went and got fixed and all the rest of it, so that we all know when we die, we did that. We didn't just
Ron,
make it right now.
Do you know of any help center for him, Ron? Do you know of any help center in Tennessee that could help him, or any connections with his condition, anything at all? Do you know any doctor, psychiatrist, psychologist that could help him?
No, absolutely none, but we can get looking into it 100%.
Yes, yes, if you can, yes, if you can get the ball rolling and get together a real help center to reach out to us to say, hey, here's help.
Would you guys like us to find a couple of mental health professionals to come on and discuss about the realities of his assumed mental health? Like if somebody had, not Russ himself, but let's look at, let's have a discussion with a professional about how you would help a narcissist, or how you would help this person with this to get
I recommend, if you can get in touch with Richard Grannon. He has a YouTube channel, SpartanLife.com. Richard Grannon. He's really good at diving into narcissism.
Is he I think you've heard you mentioned his name. Was he motivational something or other?
He's a life coach, SpartanLifeCoach.com. He has a YouTube channel. Yes, and it's Richard Grannon, and he is superb. And he has a free, I think, emotional literacy course you can take on his website. He offers free help too.
Tell him if he wants an advert in a movie, it'll cost him 2 bags of dog food. So, it could tie in quite well with the mental health side. Get him a wee advert, get some dogs fed. Be good times. Feeding those dogs, baby. Feeding those dogs. All right. Hey, listen, think of all the dogs that aren't getting fed now. The manor's shut down. Have a heart, people. Okay, we've got to feed those dogs something. Well, we've got to feed my dog. All right, feed my dog. I'm not gonna lie, you're gonna feed my dog. But that sounds like a great idea, Holly. Like I've got his name written down here. I'll certainly get in contact with him. I've got a couple of friends, but I'll look in Tennessee because there might just be someone willing to be that guy who takes a shot of fixing Russ McKinney just for the clout of being that doctor who fixed Russ McKinney. Personally, I think it's not going to happen, but we've got to try. I think we can all agree it wouldn't be a negative thing to just spend a couple of hours thinking, let's put together an email so we know we've sent it to Russ, and then we know we've not, at least we've opened a door of some description. I don't know. I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying.
Wasn't there like a pinned comment last night from the last night's interview, the first one, that somebody had, oh no, it was Lindsay's. It was a comment pinned, and it was like free mental health something, and there was a name of the company.
Yeah, I think there was.
NAMNA? NAMNA? Or what was it?
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. I know we are working on the server, getting links and things gathered. It's just, we're trying to compile an international.
There's a lot.
It's like covering all the demographic of the channel. That's the pain in the nether realm, shall we say. So, yeah, but I think for me, it's a good place for us to end. I feel like I'm rambling a bit. We're getting close to the 2-hour mark. I do apologize if anyone was wanting to see new guests tonight. Feel free to set up your own live stream and contact 5 fucking million people and have a bash at it yourself. It's great. It's great fun. But I just want to thank everyone who has made this possible. Holly, Christina, Josh, freaking Dan, Morgs, Creeper down there, Twinks who's down there. Everyone that keeps coming back and watching these. I promise you all, tomorrow night we're going to have another big night with Carol, hearing her story, and there we go. We're already getting mental health suggestions coming in from Fiona and Shrek. So big shout out to Fiona and Shrek. I swear to God, I swear they've told me to call them this. I swear to God. Yes.
Ron,
yes.
Can I announce something?
It depends.
So we have
such a loaded question, Dan. I mean, it's such a loaded question. Like, I don't know. Maybe as long as it's within the terms and conditions of YouTube, sure.
All right. So my first question is, what the hell did you guys decide my name was? The second,
we're not done with that yet, Dan. We've got 56,000 people that have got to have a suggestion put in. That beauty.
The second part of it is we did this live stream last night, and me and Christina Buster ended up talking for over an hour and a half. about a particular situation that me and her are willing to put ourselves into.
Okay.
Because I truly did not feel like I went through an extreme haunt, and that's what I kind of wanted to do, because that's obviously I was obviously putting myself into an extreme haunt. And I'm sorry, Christina Buster, for putting your name out there, but I talked to Kata Silvis. No, okay. Very good. I talked to Kata Silvis last night, and me and Christina Buster are talking about doing a Kata Silvis tour together.
Awesome. Well, listen, I highly expect you to coherently and competently vlog it, Dan. Okay? You're part of the YouTube community now. All right? There's none of this looking down at your phone so we see up your nose shit. Okay? Got to get you some selfie sticks. Get you vlogging like a pro, son. Okay? Come back with some footage of this, because that sounds amazing. That sounds amazing.
I think it'll be very epic. Christina Buster is obviously a legend. She has over millions of views on her particular tour that she went through with McCamey Manor. And, you know, I was a big whistleblower for McCamey Manor. So if me and Christina Buster go through a Kata Silvis tour, which is supposed to be like a legitimate, realistic haunt type experience.
And the fact that it's a big family that does it as well, it's a really sellable group, incredible group, I think. I mean, it looks fucking terrifying and intense, but everyone has a good time. And I was saying this earlier, Dan, right? See, when you watch McCamey Manor, it just seems to be there's no separation between Russ the character and Russ. Whereas when you watch Anthony last night, you felt like he was off duty and off work, and you were talking to Anthony. And when you watch him in the videos, you can see that it's Anthony in character at work. And I think that's very calming for people, because you can see that it's not all consuming, and it's not this, you know, living fantasy for someone. It's business, you know, and that's comforting for me when you see what goes on in these places. So, yeah. So I think exactly. I'm going to try and get some, use a bit of the YouTube flex, and we'll see how many of these haunts will give us a 10% off using code REWAN, because that's what we do here. Get yourself some, see if we can get you guys a little bit of discounts and things for the public that want to do that, because I think that's fair. Dog foods and discounts, that's what we like. All right, well, listen, I'm going to put my camera back on and just thank all you lovely people who make this possible. Oh, Morgs, you're all branded up in the corner there. You're like a little hiding behind the logo. So listen, thank you, everyone. What?
Thank you, Ron.
What do you mean I need to do my Braveheart?
Oh,
yeah, your Braveheart. Yeah, do your Braveheart.
Do it. Just to do it. Just do it.
Okay. All right. Let me just get.
You put me on the spot.
You did promise.
I mean, everyone likes it funny.
Hey, listen, I'm doing it. All right. Hang on a second. All right. Everyone for everything. Yeah. Thank you, Andy Fry. And whoever suggested this, I don't thank you. I thank everybody but the person who paid to make me do this. Okay. So this isn't a new thing. This isn't a new thing, by the way. This isn't a new let's pay to make Ron make a tit of himself. This isn't a new thing, right? But I will say this, that they may take our lands, but they'll never take our freedom. So that's official.